glad the government is going to open up again. It was a mistake for Chuck Schumer to shut down the government. 3 days of the Schumer shutdown. And I think we'll see more of this. The reason Chuck Schumer forced a shutdown is his far-left base is enraged. They're angry, they hate the president, and they're demanding of Senate Democrats oppose everything, resist everything, shut everything down. And
so this sounds pretty familiar. Didn't you say all this back when this happened to you?
Now, I recognize that is a media narrative that you love to tell, but it's worth noting in 2013...
Green eggs and ham?
In 2013, I voted repeatedly to fund the government, and in 2013, it was Harry Reid and the Democrats who voted no, who voted to shut the government down, just like this week. Republicans voted to fund the government, and it was Chuck Schumer and the Democrats who voted to shut the government down.
Bottom line, are shutdowns a good use of leverage or not?
Look, we should not be shutting the government down. I have consistently opposed shutdowns. In 2013, I said we shouldn't shut the government down. Indeed, I went to the Senate floor repeatedly asking unanimous consent to reopen the government.
Sir, you
and
stood
the
Democrats,
in the way of okay, that's factually incorrect. It's a wonderful media narrative. But only one thing actually causes a shutdown. When you have senators who vote to deny cloture on a funding bill. And when that bill comes up, you have a vote. A yes means fund the government. A no means don't fund the government. In 2013, virtually every single Republican voted to fund the government, including me multiple times. And virtually every single Democrat, I believe, in 2013 voted to shut the government down. The same thing is true here. Virtually every single Republican voted this week to fund the government. Virtually every single Democrat voted to shut it down.
Sir, that's simply not the case.
Which of those facts are incorrect? Which of those facts are incorrect? Excuse me, which of those facts are incorrect?
You insisted at that time...
I get that you want to debate me, but you don't actually have any facts.
Why were all of your GOP colleagues angry with you if you didn't prompt the shutdown?
In 2013, unfortunately, Republicans were divided. That was a mistake. You know, I wrote a book a couple of years ago called A Time for Truth, where I walked through what had happened, and I said, look, the mistake that was made then in 2013 by Senate Republican leadership was to turn and attack House Republicans and fellow Republicans and to turn Republicans on each other. That was a mistake. I wish it had not happened. And I'm glad it didn't happen this time. This time, Republicans actually stayed united. But the media love to write the story, love to broadcast the story, that any shutdown is Republicans' fault. That is a natural media reflex. It's actually, I think, one of the reasons why we saw a shutdown. Because I think Chuck Schumer and the Democrats believed they could shut the government down, and reporters would dutifully blame it on Republicans no matter what the facts were.
On this shutdown, do you support what Leader McConnell has done here to promise to take up DACA, to take some action to protect Dreamers in exchange for this temporary fix?
My understanding is that Mitch McConnell has said we'll have votes on immigration. I think there's a lot of things we should do on immigration. I think we need to improve border security. I think we need to pass Kate's Law, which is legislation that I introduced, providing for mandatory minimum sentences for aggravated felons who repeatedly illegally enter this country. I think there's a lot we should do in immigration. I think it would be a serious mistake for us to pass an amnesty bill providing amnesty and a path to citizenship for millions of people here illegally, along with chain migration. I think that would be an enormous mistake. Congress might do that. I hope it doesn't. And I think doing so would be inconsistent with the promises we made the American people in 2016.